Ladies and gentlemen, can I first of all sincerely apologize for starting this event later than scheduled, because we promised that it's going to be 7:30 on prompt, but I know that logistics and also the fact that many of us also go to work and we had to unwind, pass over home and then start coming down here. So I can understand for people coming a bit late. The main reason why we are here actually is for the fact that we are all aware that Nigeria has 3 more days, and 3 more days the clock is clicking, and I believe there are a number of issues and things that maybe we need to discuss so that we can at least help ourselves and help Nigeria achieve its goal in the best possible manner. To be honest, from the introduction, we can confidently say that we have a very rich mix of people here, high quality people, high quality Nigerians, and a Jamaican. But it is actually a great honor to be sitting amongst everyone here. And I believe that what we intend to achieve today is going to be something that undoubtedly would resonate not just here in the UK, but primarily in Nigeria. And I also believe that we all have one common interest, that is to make Nigeria great and great country. Our own dream is to be able to confidently get on the flight anytime to be at home and really feel at home. And so it is because of those kinds of dreams that we feel we can't just sit aside, even though we're living abroad, to allow Nigerians living in Nigeria to sort things out. We have a key role to play, and this role is something that we cannot relegate. I think it should be in the forefront of what we're doing. And as we all know, Nigeria, with a population of 170 million people, it is impossible for anything to happen in Nigeria and the world will just look away. It's just impossible. We have a very key role to play. We are amongst the largest democracy in the world. If I'm not wrong, I think we are I would say the 3rd biggest democracy in the world, the biggest in Africa. And so we have a lot to contribute to the international community. And I believe this event is an event that will, if you like, help us to call on everyone around in the UK, particularly those in position of influence. That's why we invited people that are also involved in the political setup in the UK, because we believe that Nigeria cannot sort itself out all by itself. We need help. And the help that we're looking for is a very solid help that will, if you like, draw attention of the world, to keep on reminding the world that within the next 3 days, Nigeria is going to an event that is, I may be wrong, but in my opinion, the most monumental event that we've ever experienced in the history of Nigeria as a country. We are reaching a crossroad where the decision will have to be made. For the first time, a fully democratic government being challenged by a very strong opposition party. And so the stakes are very high, and the tension is also very high. And we're also aware of the political situation in Nigeria in terms of security. And so it is important that whatever we can do as Nigerians living abroad, whatever we can do to make sure that this 3 days event, the 3-day event that will take place in the next 3 days, is actually done in the most peaceful manner, peaceful and fair manner, because we believe that it's only when there is unfairness or lack of justice, that's when you hear fracas and problems. But if that is not allowed to happen, I believe we will have an event that the whole world can give us a good pat on the back for a successful election. the agenda has mainly two main items because we want to make it straightforward and short and brief. The main thing is the press conference, obviously what we're going to say regarding what we expect to see on Saturday, and also possibly beyond Saturday, if by the will of God everything goes well. And then we can now open the floor for people to also make their contribution. And then obviously we will call upon those that are willing to give additional support to the people back home. What I mean by people back home, I'm talking about people who are canvassing for more and more votes. Of course, there will be an opportunity for anyone who wishes to contribute to also do so. I think, as I said, my name is Dr. Kasim Gidado, and I'm the chair for the General Muhammad Buhari Grassroots Mobilization, it's GMMB in the UK. And what that organization is established to do is simply to mobilize support long before even Buhari won his, should I say, primaries in the APC to become the presidential candidate of APC. So the movement has been there trying to canvass support and help him to build up that momentum, which with God's blessing, it's actually materialized. So before I say anything that we want to project, it's better for me to mention that so that you can also know from what position I'm actually talking. As we said, the primary goal of what this press conference is for is to solicit the support of the UK government, the European Union, the United States, and other democratic countries across the world, including Germany and France, to continue, we know that they are doing, to continue to keep that searchlight beaming on Nigeria, particularly now, during the election and immediately after the election. We believe that is one key contribution that we can solicit, and then we also believe that they are capable of doing, because we believe that they have representatives who are down there monitoring what is happening presently, but the attention needs to be there, and they got to be met. We would like them to, if you like, be making a continual statement, not just one statement off the cuff kind of. We sincerely appreciate the statement made by Barack Obama, the President of the United States of America, which is very, very great and impressive. It reminded us of our greatest saying that we had since the Civil War. To keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. And we believe that echoing that is absolutely important. Echoing that is reminding us that this election is what is going to keep Nigeria one. And this is a task that we all must do. But you must also appreciate that Nigerians alone cannot do this by themselves. We need the international community's support. We need the international community to actually keep, as I said, keep those searchlights beaming in Nigeria. The key attention is not only on what INEC is doing, but also because we got an elected government, a sitting government, what the sitting government is also doing. If you're going to have a free and fair election that is going to be obviously facilitated by the incumbent government, it is important that we make sure that, knowing African democracy, it's important that we also keep track of what it is that the government is doing regarding the facilitation of this election. And one thing that we must also say, that General Buhari's and everybody in the APC is having one single goal. One single goal, meaning to keep Nigeria one. Just as Barack Obama said, it's a task that must be done. We do not foresee anybody trying to create any kind of fracas or creating any problem originating from the general himself. That is a clear-cut statement that is mentioned so many times. What we want is the future of our children and our children's children. What we want is also our own future, not just our children's children, but also our own future. Because I believe that majority of us, if Nigeria is a place that is fixed, our attention is going to be in that direction. Majority of Nigerians living abroad will do that. We'll be actively willing to contribute our quota to bring about the change that, or the transformation that we would like to see in Nigeria. But that can only take place if there is security, solid security, one, and then that can only take place again if we get rid of corruption. That is one key menace that is biting us badly. And then that can only take place if we give the opportunity to Nigerians to do what they are best at, contributing their quota to the economy, getting jobs, and be employed, and be recognized as members of the society on equal platform. And we believe that's what General Buhari is going to offer. That's what General Buhari has been going around the whole country, conversing for his votes, focusing on these three main key agendas. So it is not only in the interest of our children's children, but also in our own present interest, if you look at it. We honestly believe the day that Buhari wins the election, from that day, corruption in Nigeria will begin to fizzle away. The mere fact that General Buhari has won the election, corruption will begin to absolutely start to fizzle away. And it is something that we cannot afford to let go. It's an opportunity that we all have to grab. I don't intend to talk any negatives about anybody, because we are not here to wash off people that have done bad and do things that the way they feel they can. But we cannot shy away from highlighting some certain individuals that may or may not even have a say in Nigeria, may not even have a vote in Nigeria, may not even have any kind of relation in Nigeria, but they are making comments about what should or should not happen in Nigeria. I'm sure you can remember there was someone who was just a spokesman of a certain number of ambassadors who parades himself as an ambassador, which in my opinion is a spokesman of ambassadors. Okay, but he was making comments such as voting a particular candidate is like condemning the whole of Africa into a place where you can just switch a button and the whole lights goes off. They call it a dark continent. It's not that dark. Africans are wise and smart and intelligent. We know what we are. We don't need anybody from outside to tell us what we should or should not do. We know what Africa is, and we know why we want Africa to be, where we want Africa to be. So such kinds of comments coming from people that are supposed to be thinking in the right way, and unfortunately not thinking the right way clearly from this kind of comments that I'm making, to please stay out of it. Nigerians are not stupid people. We are very, very intelligent and resourceful people. We know what we're doing, and we can go ahead with our elections in the best possible manner without the need of anybody to tell us what to do and what not to do. And I really must thank everybody and congratulate all of us for sparing our valuable time to be here today. We know that this is a mix of professionals, experts, intellectuals, people that know what it is for the world to progress, that are sparing their time to come here and attend this particular event. Thank you very much. If I miss anything, I believe that my colleagues can also contribute and add to what I've said so far. And I don't want to drag it for too long. Thank you very much for listening.